What's up, Rockstars? Today I'm going to be talking about some recent controversies, some issues that people are having, consumers are having with the Kickstarter board games, just either trying to pay them or just trying to get a game or trying to just hear from the developer. Either way, there's some issues going on right now that I would like to bring to light. Thank you to my channel sponsor Into the AM. As a company that believes hard work and a great product is a proper way to conduct business, I am delighted to have them as part of the channel. They have some of the coolest graphic t-shirts around and an absolute best fit and feel that has continually exceeded my expectations. With new shirts arriving all the time and other products like boxers, hats, and even a monthly shirt club, I wholeheartedly recommend them to you. Check out the link in my description of this video for an exclusive 10% off everything they sell. Now, as always, a huge shout out to my patrons and YouTube members. It is through their financial support that I am able to make videos just like this, so that I can speak my mind and say exactly what I want to say without worry about repercussions or anything like that. That's because they are the bread and butter of this channel. They are the supporters of it, and I can just make content for you guys and just focus on that without any other noise coming in. If you appreciate the level of independence, there is a link down below in the description. Thank you so much. Now, without other way, let's go ahead and talk about some stuff that has been brought up to me recently. There's a few things. Not a whole lot, but these are good talking points to have. Now, I could technically make, I think, a video dedicated to each one of these and then look at the broader issue with crowdfunding or what you should do when you are crowdfunded, stuff like that. But I think instead we're just going to kind of combine it all into one thing so that I can get the word out faster on things, just so I can bring some more light on these issues and talk through them with you guys. So if you disagree with me on any of this, of course, this is my personal opinion. There is that warning in the front of all of my videos for that. But feel free to actually have a conversation with me down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, whether you agree or disagree and why. And I would love to have a civil conversation with you about it. At the end of the day, I'm not afraid of alternative opinions. Everybody's entitled to them, and they're all probably pretty legitimate. We just all think differently. Divinity Original Sin, the board game. Now, this is something I actually tried to warn you guys about. And you can check my videos, had nothing good to say about Linvander Studios. I did a whole piece on them about how, you know, they make campaigns, not games. They have like 40 games in flight kind of thing. It's like something ridiculous like that. They have a ton that they're working on, none of them well. And so they're not known for making standout Game of the Year award-winning games. And in fact, they're known for poor updates, mismanagement, and overall bad experiences for consumers. I said that way back when, but not everybody watches my channel. Not everybody listens to me. I don't want to say told you so because I don't want to relish in the fact that being right is a good thing, because it's not. It's a bad thing. I wish I had been proven wrong. I wish this had been something different. However, sadly, it is part of the course. So if you didn't know, Larian Studios, who I don't put the blame to them, they probably didn't know what they were getting into with Linvander Studio, sadly. I wish they had perhaps done a bit more research on their previous stuff, but not everybody understands everything around there. Though, like, they're from Kickstarter, so I feel like they should have, but whatever. Either way, Linvander Studios is the one kind of making the game. And it's bad. It's bad, guys. So first of all, this was set to, you know, arrive, October 2020? Yeah, no, that's long gone. So what do you do when a game is over a year delayed? Ideally, you're updating at least once a month. However, not the case here. If we go to updates, update 28 from December 10th. Okay, it's now February. It's almost February 10th. So they are like 2 months since this update. And we click on this update, and what do we get? We get a, hey, sorry, stuff's been crap. Here's some new people we brought on. This should seem familiar because this is just what Trudvang Legends did as well. They had the exact same issue, and this is literally just like Trudvang Legends, which is not a compliment. And essentially what they're saying is, hey, we're just changing the board game that you guys backed in a huge way. In fact, it's not even really like the same kind of board game anymore. It's pretty much all book. There isn't even a game board in this board game anymore, which means, going back to this campaign real quick, if you backed this, you might want to check the updates because you're not even getting this board anymore. That's now like pretty much all book based. They like combined the storybook into this little thing where you lay cards down in it, and those are kind of your locations now. And look, they've changed a ton. It's a very different game. Now, hopefully that means it's a better game. But you can't just say, hey, we're bringing on new people and we're changing the game completely and then just not say crap for 2 months. That's the problem, right? They say they have a timeline here. Final playtest can happen in April, May of 2022. Is that still the case? I don't know. Nobody knows because you haven't updated since early December of last year. That's the problem. The problem is communication. That's going to be a theme here for a lot. But you're going to see that nobody is, you know what? I'm done. Also, I'm done. Right? Please update. Right? That's what everybody says. This person, yep, nope, I'm out. Can I get a refund? Yes, you can actually. If you would email support@larian.com, you can get a refund. And next time, if you see Lavander Studios, run. That's the best advice I can give you. It's never a good deal. No, you'll just end up frustrated and unhappy. It's pretty much, update please. Nope, you get nothing. They're busy focusing on their other 32 Kickstarters or whatever the heck they're working on. I can tell you there are probably none that would get 40 hours of work a week. Or you would think you would actually be able to make a freaking game at that point, but whatever. Anyway, that's that. It's a mess. It's bad, guys. And, I hope in the end, everybody gets a fantastic game and they can be like, oh, well, I'm never doing that again. However, I'm glad I got a great game out of this. But, until then, yeah, it's rough going and good luck with those updates. All right, next up, Chronicles of Drunagar, Age of Apocalypse. You know when this is what you see that there's an issue. This is the first thing you see here, which cracks me up. One thing before I get into this. Well, let's jump in and then see. Okay, so this is the update number 47. And they're talking about shipping costs, right? They've been working on getting shipping costs. And as you can see, it is expensive. Now, one thing, like it says, and part of it's just grouping. Like it says USA here for entry level, 18 kilograms, which by the way is like Solomon Kane style stuff, which didn't cost 243, but you see their wide range here, 69 to 243, a huge range. That's because they just say USA, which means they're including stuff like Hawaii and Alaska and like probably like Guam and like weird places that you wouldn't normally just list as the USA because it doesn't match the same price point, right? That's why you're getting like a huge range of that. But either way, you can see the US actually is like the most expensive place. It beats like Oceania and Euro and Asia and all these. It's just a mess. Now, granted, I know shipping has gotten more expensive. And granted, and this is what a lot of people I don't think realize is how big of a game this is. It's not just weight, it's actually just size. So for instance, Solomon Kane is heavy, but that's all mostly because, not just because it's a lot of game, but because it's a lot of paper, right? You get a lot of cards and you get a lot of books. And that weighs a lot, right? Joan of Arc, same kind of thing. It wasn't necessarily just size of the box. It was the weight because you get so many cards in there. This has these really big minis that don't like weigh a huge amount, but the size of the box is huge. Like look at this Apocalypse box. Massive. And that's only showing you 2D, right? It's not showing you depth as well. But either way, it's not going to fit on a calyx. That's several calyxes where that's like 3 calyx shelves worth in one single box. So I think a lot of their issue is that it's like just really expensive because of the size, the bulk size of it, right? I'm sure at some point becomes an issue there. Now, that being said, people want to feel confident about backing stuff and paying for stuff. And there's a reason why I think a lot of people haven't paid the shipping in. It's because they're not confident that the shipping is correct. You'll see in these comments here that there's a lot of like, hey, this is costing me the same here, trying to figure out shipping single way versus split shipment, all this kind of stuff. Now, I've heard some horror stories about GameFound actually and shipping and getting it all right and correct and stuff like that. And I've seen my fair share of iffy things where like, I want to back a brush from one of those like Ghost Brush kind of Kickstarter things. And it's like $15 to ship a single brush. And you're like, well, what the heck is, like, it's literally in a tube this big. Like, how is it that expensive? And like, it gets messy. It gets weird when it comes to adding a single item instead of a bulk pledge and stuff like that. I will also say 100% that the reason you see such a wide variety of shipping from different companies is because it is very much a haggling, you got to know what you're doing system. And a lot of these shipping companies, especially in the Asia region, will fully take advantage of a company that just can't get a better deal, right? It's not a set like this much weight, this much size is this much. Now they might tell you that, but this much will change depending on your relationship with the shipper and how good you are at this business side of things. This is from multiple sources that I've heard this is the case, that you essentially kind of have to haggle and drive to get a better deal. And that's why some companies are really good at getting a good deal and some companies just aren't. I have a feeling that they're getting stuck in that aren't category where they're just not getting a great deal. It was as good as some other people right alongside them will. And that's a bummer. But one thing I do want to point out, if we go to updates here, unlike the other one, 2.3, 2.2, 1.19, 1.17, 12.31, they're doing like 2 updates a month. They are constantly talking, and I do appreciate that. So while they are having some issues with the shipping and they need to get that sorted out and have people feel confident that the prices are correct, that they are good prices for what you're getting, and that, you know, they can pay that and then be done and then just get their product. So that needs to be resolved, obviously. But I do appreciate the FAQ. I do appreciate the constant updates. I do think that is how you handle any kind of hurdles. There will be hurdles in games, especially big ones like this, especially from big ones from smaller companies just like this. But the updates are key. So my advice to all of you guys is just cool it. You don't necessarily have to pay right this moment. It's not closing right now. I'm sure they will figure it out. It's just a matter of when. Now, I get that this has been going on for some time, and I get that it kind of makes it seem iffy. But at the end of the day, once shipping is paid, you'll get your game and you'll be happy, and that'll be good. And at least they're communicating, unlike some other ones. I'm okay with seeing issues in Kickstarters. What I'm not okay with is seeing either just like you're an idiot, like you're doing bad stuff, or not communicating. That's the big thing. As long as you communicate, I typically give you a little bit of lenience here. And so they are communicating, so I do appreciate that. So yeah, that's just me. I know other people have different thresholds, right? But for me, I haven't paid for any shipping or anything like that. I'm just chilling. I'll wait till it's for sure done, and they're like, hey, the perpetual manager is closing, we're good to go, this is what it is, and then I can gripe about the total price at that point instead of throughout the whole process and stuff like that, if that makes sense. That tends to be how I do things. Next up, Borderlands. Oh man, do I love yelling at Borderlands. So a few things here. First of all, they raised almost $2 million from almost 10,000 people, so a huge success to them. Now, they have here, look at this. Even though we didn't unlock the original stretch goal, we've given backers a chance to add the Borderlands 2 version of Tiny Tina to the game. The playable Vault Hunter is available as an add-on in the Pledge Adventure for $10. That is BS. In case you didn't know, the stretch goals are fake. It's not like they needed to fund $2.1 million, whatever her stretch goal was, to get this mini. Not only that, but if they're giving the mini, that means they've made the mold anyway. So to assume that you need $10 for this when they would have given it to you for free as if somehow the funding was needed is BS. But it's not the first BS this campaign has done. So in case you didn't know, this was a huge cash grab of theirs with very low effort put into it, which is why you have one of the ugliest map tile art in existence in a board game. The reason it's so horrendous and boring is because they just slapped it on there real quick. But let's go ahead and keep going, because they also charged you for stuff they already made for another campaign. It's not even themed to Borderlands. It was themed to their previous one. So let me actually open up that one too, just so you know how stupid this is. So we're gonna open new tab here. Yeah, let's open this up. So if we go to Cyberpunk Red, all right, let's go and look at here. So in Cyberpunk, they themed to the IP these terrain pieces, like barrels, right? Or like this Cyber City stuff where you get like antennas and stuff like that. Fancy that. And then they sold it to you as an add-on. Like they made this stuff for Cyberpunk, and then they sold it. So right here, you'll see so much crap. Right here, look at that Cyber City, $30 add-on. Look at that terrain. And then, in the Borderlands IP, which is a separate universe and a separate IP, they're like, well, you know what? Considering we haven't delivered our previous campaign, and all we're doing is spitting out campaigns with IP slapped on it to get everybody's money that can't see past our fake IP. Oh man, look, we got some barrels and tires here. And you know what else? I bet for $30, I bet we can actually get the exact same thing. This was not made for Borderlands. This is not Borderlands themed. It's Cyberpunk themed. But heck, if they care, they'll sell them in both. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like you've made either game, so you may as well just spam campaigns, put some IP on it, and have people pay $30 for the exact same thing that's not even technically themed for the IP, because you made it for the last IP game that you still haven't made. Pathetic. And then, of course, you know, like I said, you can see the other terrain pieces and stuff here. It's just it's beyond silly that you would, look at these barrels. Oh man, look at these barrels. Oh crap, you did it again. You're selling the same crap. That wasn't made for Borderlands. Anyway, so we already know this is some cash grab, poor attempt at pretending to make a game real quick so you can get $2 million from 10,000 schmucks. Okay, now I hope it ends up being a great game, but I know for a fact that at this point it's just a cash grab. And so now you're saying, gosh, I can't even get to the right one. I'm so upset. Now you're saying, I don't care about it, that your fake stretch goal is going to cost $10. Even Come On. I have a whole video calling Come On evil. Even Come On gives you the final stretch goal for free, because guess what? It's already included in their price. People are already paying for the stretch goal. Stretch goals are not free. You're paying for it. And they know that, but they don't care because they also know that you love Borderlands and you love Tiny Tina and you can't resist seeing past the IP waved in front of your face to see the bad deal, the cash grab that they're actually doing here, which is what they're doing. Pathetic. So yeah, $10 for the stretch goal that you've already paid for because you paid for all the stretch goals to begin with. They didn't need 2.1 million. Oh, and just in case, here's another $10. Look, we made Mad Moxie, but we changed her pose. Now she's in a different pose. Guess what? They could change your pose again and charge you 10 more bucks. Just keep buying Mad Moxie because everybody knows that everybody loves Mad Moxie because she's got boobs. It's stupid. It's just dumb. I hate what board games are becoming. I hate this. Let's get the IP because you can instantly make $1 million+ bucks with zero effort, with some of the ugliest art I have seen in a board game, with components that aren't even for the IP that you're waving in front of people's faces for just to get more money. It's sad, it's pathetic, and I hate it. I want people to make board games because they're excited to make a board game, because they're passionate about a mechanic, or they're passionate about a universe, or they're passionate about something other than money. But no. Monster Fight Club just wants money, and so they're just gonna spit out this. I wonder what their next IP campaign's going to be, where I can buy for a third time the exact same barrels and the exact same antenna and the exact same like fridge or whatever the heck crap that they have here, all this junk for $30. It's even a bad deal. $30 for that, please. $30. That's almost a big box expansion for other games. But no, for Borderlands / Cyberpunk / whatever third IP you slap this on, it's $30 for 6 pieces of terrain. Whoop-de-freaking do. Anyway, so yeah, no. Selling the missed stretch goal at $2 million is dumb. It's dumb. That should be for free, just like even Come On of all people will do. Don't be worse than Come On. If there's something to not be worse than, it's Come On. Like that's just stupid. Like how do you make Come On look like the good deal? Next up, Rogue Angels, Legacy of the Burning Suns. This is actually a good game. I have this here because it's not going to fund. And so therefore, let's talk about why real quick. Mainly, I just wanted to get the word out, first of all. They're doing everything they can, I think, to do right. Now, I've played this game with the designer digitally and quite enjoyed it. So I have pretty much nothing but good things to say about it. Made in Europe, that's super cool. The $400,000 goal is massive. And additionally, one of the issues is the content shown. Let me explain that. So this is, hey, what's in the game? This is what you get. Now, that might not look exciting to you, and that's because it's not. But it's because it's shown poorly. Like, what you're not seeing is that they have 50 plus map tiles, but they're only going to show you like one, right? That like they have 20 playable characters, but here's just a handful, right? You get that kind of stuff, and it just kind of bums people out. You just don't see a whole lot of stuff there, right? And that's what's a bummer. Each dossier contains one standee. No, show me 20 standees. Don't just show me one standee and say each one's like that. I get you're saying that. Over 120 enemy bosses and civilian standees. You get a ton of content for less than $100. That's super cool, but you don't see a ton of content, and I think that's the bummer there. That's all I want to end it on, guys. I am bummed that people are having issues, and I am bummed that things are not working out. Whether you're a creator, whether you're a consumer, it sucks. I hope we can get past that for sure. But I think the most important thing is to be open about it and to talk about it, and not just either hush about it or don't cover it or something like that. So anyway, that's what I've been looking at. If there's another issue, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear more about what you guys are struggling with, and maybe I can even talk about it. Until then, have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys again really soon. Bye, guys.